Hey guys, it's Dorka, and this is the best Naruto ripoff comic you never read. It's called The Adventures of Naroko Suzuka, and I made it probably when I was about 9 years old, and it was during summer vacation. I remember that. And I had just discovered and started reading Naruto in Shonen Jump, and right away I was hooked on the story and the characters, so of course I had to go and plagiarize the whole thing and make my own version of it. So in a weird way, even though this comic is really embarrassing, I'm still kind of proud of it because it's the furthest I ever got on a comic project, and I got like 2 issues out of it, which isn't pretty bad considering I was a dumb little kid at the time. So for this video, I'm going to just read through issue 1, and then after I do that, I'm going to go back and redraw the characters because I have a new idea, something that I want to try with this story now that I found it, and I'm glad to see that I actually still have it. So let's do it. All right, so The Adventures of Naroko Suzuka, Adventure 1, Shori Shadows Part 1, Parental Advisory, kind of. And there's Naroko on the front. Okay. In ancient times, there were warriors so powerful, ninjas were extinct. But the generation will be continued by 3 children. The adventure begins in Kyogre School. Oh yeah, and this is Chapter 1, Battle. And there's Naroko. I was actually really proud that I had managed to pull this pose off, like having drawn that from scratch. So, Naroko. Yes, master. You are doing well. Put more back into posture. Dismiss. And you can tell, oh god, he looks like Iruka. Yeah, that was Naruto's teacher, right? In the first volume, it was Iruka. This guy totally, oh jeez. Okay. Oh boy, lunch. And he's eating his food, and he's got a salt and pepper shaker right there. And of course, he's wearing goggles. All right. Naroko, I'm surprised you'd show your face here. What do you mean? I mean after failing exams twice. And they're laughing at him. Ha ha ha. And of course he's annoyed. End of classes. Out in the village. Gotta practice. Damn that guy. Always on my back. And then here are the villains. That kid might be able to help us. Hehehehe. Yay. Grrr. And then his eyes open. He senses something. First he's concentrating really hard. Then he senses something. And then he dodges. It's supposed to be that he dodges a shuriken, which you can't tell. So I had to explain it in the next panel. So which is very good on dodging my shuri, Naroko Suzuka. And he goes, what does a master of shadow combat want with me? To join us. Of course. He's like, forget it. And there's one of his henchmen who's saying, you might want to reconsider that. Let's see how good you are. And again, like the pose I drew on the first page, I liked it so much, I tried to draw it again from scratch and just couldn't do it as good the second time. So let's go. Ha! And here's the split screen face-off in a battle. Ha! And they're running at each other. And they're both getting closer, getting ready to attack. And then they power up energy balls and blast each other. And I guess this is where the Dragon Ball Z influence came on. Pretty much whatever was on Toonami, I was a fan of. So that included things like Dragon Ball Z, Yu Yu Hakusho, and just manga and anime in general. So I guess this is the Dragon Ball Z influence coming in. And then, he's shooting his energy blast. This is, this is like the whole Gohan and Cell thing when they're both, facing off with their blast, trying to overpower each other. So this is just that again. And then, boom! And now they're both injured. Big explosion. Not bad, kid. You too. Let's say fist to fist now. Okay, sounds good to me. Then, and Naroko's throwing all these punches, and he beats the guy up pretty bad. Oh, ouch, yow, oof. Oh, and now the guy's pretty much a pulp at this point. And he's out of breath. And the bad guy's, you brat! And yeah, more Dragon Ball Z. He's going Super Saiyan, basically. He goes, his power level's growing. Oh, and then the guy powers up this huge blast, and full blast, and it's his giant energy ball. And then it's coming at Naroko, and then no! And he gets caught in the explosion. And he's falling to the ground, badly injured, crash. My body. There we go. Yeah. So, haha, I'll wait till you're stronger to fight again. And that's it. Chapter 2, Companions. In the infirmary. Where am I? Right there. Okay. It's about time you woke up. Who are you? There's supposed to be bandages on his face. I totally messed that one up for sure, and yeah. I'm Dr. Sink, and you are? I'm Naroko. And then at Kyogre School, graduation day. Naroko is putting on his headband, like Naruto, of course. And then, hey, Naroko! What happened to your hair, Suzumi? I didn't have time to brush it! And, so I think, actually, this was, because I think I was drawing in pen at this point. I had messed up on her hair, because I was terrible at drawing girls, and, of course, drawing hair. So I had messed up on it, so I wrote this joke in to kind of fix the fact that I had messed up on her hair. So here is drawn badly, and then kind of make a joke out of it. And on the next page, he's like, oh, hey, I was just asking. Next day. How's my hair now? And yeah, I think I drew it a little bit better this time. Obviously, not really, but I was happier with it. And, she's laughing, and he's, oh, boy. And then, what are you two doing? Oh, hi, Lee. Of course, he's the Sasuke of the group, and she's the Sakura. And then, you're drooling, Suzumi. Shut it! Of course, she hits him. He's got a big bump on his head. It's like, jeez. And Lee is just like, oh, God. He's like, I got a call from Master to meet him at school. At school? I'm glad you made it. Yep. I want you all to meet your new teacher, Varden. Hey. And so obviously Varden is Kakashi. But actually, what you'll see in a minute, when I kind of I do a full body drawing of him, I think he was more inspired by Vash the Stampede. So yeah, I think for his like outfit and stuff, I was thinking more of Vash from Trigun. But anyway, oh yeah, and then here they go, cool. And then now we start chapter 3. The training begins. So, kids, are you ready to go? Go where? To leave the village, of course. To begin your training, of course. Interesting. And then the next day, hey, guys. And then there's Suzumi and Lee, full body shots, which are terrible because I didn't do any drawings beforehand. I just made all this stuff up on the spot, and that includes their outfits. So I guess Lee's got the typical, karate gi that he's wearing, and then Suzumi looks like Sakura with the dress and the boots and stuff. So there's that. And then there's Varden in his giant trench coat. And yeah, I'm pretty sure this was Vash the Stampede inspired in some way. So, you kids ready? And Naroko's, yeah! And Suzumi, you bet! And Lee's too cool, so he's like, whatever. And so Varden, Lee, Suzumi, and Naroko set off to train, to be continued. And then here's the back cover. Tune in for part 2, Shori Shadows. And the adventure has begun, but the quest never ends. And so that was the entire first volume of Naroko, which, of course, had to have a fight scene in it, and all the Naruto rip-off plagiarized characters. What I'm going to go do now is redraw the characters and try to make them a little less plagiarized. Okay, so now we're in Krita, which is a free art program I recently downloaded, along with getting a new digital tablet. I got the XP Artist Pen 12, or XP Pen Artist 12, and it's a small one, but it comes with a display screen, and it's been amazing for helping me get into digital art, which is something I've always wanted to do, but my hand-eye coordination was always really terrible. So this helps a lot with it, and I can actually see what I'm drawing. So we're going to start with Naroko, of course, because he's the main character, and this is 2.0. So I did some brainstorming in my other sketchbook first, and I came up with some new points, mainly for his design, and of course for the story itself. So I decided that instead of training to be ninjas, they are going to be knights instead. And so that's why he has a sword here, and I just grabbed some reference images off of Google and used those for these poses. Let's dot that I. So we're going to start with this basic drawing of Naroko and add details to him and clean it up a bit more. So because they're knights, I imagine the setting being medieval, kind of European. So I also want to give him boots instead. And let's see, so of course the original Naroko looked exactly, or almost exactly like Naruto. So going for something different this time. I think I'm still gonna, he kind of still has a spiky hair look, the way I imagined it, but yeah, that's about it. But not quite the same. The goal is to make him less Naruto looking. That's not good. Okay, let's do that. So yeah, his new design is still pretty simple compared to the original. Actually, the more I draw it, like when I look at how his basic shape was, it's not that different from the original, where he's really just a bunch of boxes and rectangles. But hopefully he looks a little better now than he initially did. I think honestly I'm just going to keep this as a sketch layer. I might not ink it. Not sure yet. That sleeve is much bigger than the other one. It's a little better. Yeah, I'll finish these up and put them on my Instagram alongside the original art, so you can kind of compare them and see if the designs are better this time around. So the idea I have for Naroko is that, so he's training to be a knight instead of a ninja. He actually maybe just became a squire, which is the next level up from a page. Hang on. And also the idea I have in mind is that he's already training with Varden versus meeting him after graduation, which is how it is in Naruto. So one thing I'd like to do is reboot this story. Because I don't know, like, in my head, I kept coming back to it, and I do kind of like the characters, and especially, you know, there's so much potential with them that, and I have so much room to make them different than how I initially drew them. And also, I think it'd be good practice for me in terms of just making comics. I have so many ideas I want to do, but the thing I need to focus on now is starting small. So I think doing this project would be good. On the original Naroko project, the 2 issues I made, they're about 23 pages total. So my goal is to beat that, or at least get to that same number, and to complete 23 pages of remaking this story. And actually, so for these guys, I decided that they will have short swords, not long, typical swords like most knights have. And that's just based on their country, where they live. And so, he's a short sword. Oh, and so I'm also going to give him some armor for this one, and not just... I had some plans for his armor. I'm trying to remember what it was. Yeah, okay, I don't know. Alright, so that is my quick redraw of Naroko. It's not perfect, but I like it a lot better than his original design. So, thanks for watching, guys. I'm gonna stop here because this video's gone on pretty long as it is. But I will do the other characters very soon. I'll do that in another video, I think, if that's cool. If you guys are down for that, I will definitely do it. But here, at least, is the main character getting a nice makeover because he really, really needed it. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next video.